Hey guys, welcome back to Ashley's Homestead Adventures. We have some cold weather coming, colder than I'm comfortable with, and don't mind the tomatoes in the background that I need to clean up, but that's not what we're doing today. Today we are going to be trying to just add a layer of protection on what I do have in the garden growing. What I do have is I do have some cabbages growing. There's more cabbages over here. There is kohlrabi. More kohlrabi. And Brussels sprouts. And these little guys, I really kind of want to see if I can save them through this cold snap. Aren't they cute? Those cute little Brussels sprouts. So, and I also have some leeks over there that I'm just going to put trash cans over. I'm not really worried about the garlic. There is also garlic growing here. I'm not really worried about it. It can get zapped and then come back. So I'm just gonna do the best I can with this and hopefully save some of this beautiful produce. There's only 2 of us, and so we can't really eat all of this all at once. And that is the gamble of the winter garden. Is you just don't know if it's gonna make it all the way through. And I don't think that this cold snap is gonna take it. We're only supposed to get down to like 20. And these plants have seen 20s, 25, 24, and they've been fine. So I don't think that this is gonna just completely wipe them out, but I did decide that I'm gonna go ahead and just try to give them an extra layer of protection. So these are my redneck tools, if you will. I'm just gonna take a couple of these trash cans and put them over those tubs out there for the leeks. And then I've got some plastic that I'm just gonna try to put over these beds real quick. Okay, I ended up not using the trash cans. They didn't fit all the way around one of these tubs. So I went ahead and I also ran out of plastic. So this is frost cover that I actually purchased from, I think it was Amazon. It was a couple years ago, so I'm not positive. But this is the leeks, so they're all covered now. And the Brussels sprouts are good to go. And this is just, you guys, all this is for, this is not to extend my growing season or anything like that. All this is for is me trying to make an effort to keep the frost, the really hard frost, off of my plants. It's just to give them an extra layer of protection, like giving them an extra layer of leaves, where it's okay if the frost lands on the frost fabric. It's just not going to get to the plant. So this is not me trying to create greenhouses. As you can see, they're open, and so the cold is going to be able to get in, but the hope is that it will keep the frost from settling on top of the plants. That's the main thing that I'm trying to stop here, is just the ice from settling on top of the plants. So fingers crossed this will work. This is that fabric. It just comes in a great big bolt like this, and I just cut off the pieces that I needed. So kohlrabi's all covered, and the cabbages, of course. So that's good. And then I also covered the carrot bed in the back of the barn. Out here, this is all covered up too. So hopefully, with any luck, fingers crossed, we won't lose anything. The other thing that I need to do before the real cold comes is get these sweet potatoes. They've been out here curing in the garage, and we've got them divided in two sections. Basically, the ones over here are good for us to eat, and the ones over here are all going to be turned into dog food. They've got, you know, big splits and things like that, and whatever I cut off and don't use for dog food, I'll feed to the chickens. So none of it will go to waste, but I do need to get them inside. They're not going to be safe out here in the garage, so I'm just gonna, I got 2 baskets here, and some of them have, you know, the split molded, so I'll just feed those to the chickens. Just put them all in their designated baskets, the dog basket and the us basket. And I'll get these in the house and get them processed. All right. Oh, they're multiplying. All right. You want one too? You're welcome. She's having to relearn how to be a garden dog. She missed the garden all summer, and so she's pretty eager. And I don't mind that my dogs go around and they pick green beans themselves, and they even pick tomatoes off the plants and eat them themselves. But today we went out and I was looking at the cabbages and talking to you guys, and she decided that she was going to start munching on a cabbage, and I was like, no, 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 no. The cabbages are not for the dogs. Let's save those and let them grow for a little while longer. But my garden dogs are kind of a crack up to a lot of people. There's so many people out there that their dogs won't touch vegetables at all, and I can't keep mine out of the garden. All right, there we go. This is the dog basket. This is the us basket. Get these inside, and I can work on processing them on a later date. Okay guys, so it's the next day, and I do have something to show you, but for those of you who are sensitive about us eating meat, I'm just gonna forewarn you, skip by about 30 seconds. We got our beef back. Isn't that cool? Look at all of this beef. I mean, this is a 3/4 ton pickup truck bed. So that is going to fill our freezers and feed us for a long time. Let's see what we got. So we got prime rib, we got stew meat, sirloins. This is an arm roast. These are short ribs. Chuck roast. Just looking for the different things that we got. So this is a little chest freezer. It's probably, I don't know, 2.5 by 2.5 feet by 3 feet tall, and it is full of burger. So this is all burger. And here we have T-bones to meat. Yeah. T-bones, ribeyes. This is all of our kind of fancy steaks. And then of course we've got liver. So I just showed you guys like 3 freezers that have a lot of meat in them. So this is all very, very good, and all thanks to Miss Billie Jean. So excited about having beef in our freezers again. We have not had beef in our freezers. We haven't had home-raised beef in our freezers in a really, really long time. So never in Arkansas. So it's a good thing. We're excited. We're going to move on into the kitchen and work on some sourdough bread. I have a loaf that has been proofing in the fridge, so we're just going to get some parchment paper out here. And then we'll get the loaf out of the fridge and take it out of the Benetton basket, Plop it down on the parchment paper, and then I'm going to give it a good score. For those of you who don't know what scoring is just using a very, very sharp knife, or in my case here, a razor. This is a scoring blade, and I'm just cutting the loaf to allow places for the air to escape, and it also allows for decorations. And then we are going to take our preheated Dutch oven out of the oven. It's been preheated at 500 degrees for about an hour. And insert our loaf in there, put the lid back on, and put it into the oven and bake it for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, we're going to come back and remove the lid. And put it back in, reduce the temperature of the oven to 475, and bake this for another 18 minutes. And here we are with our finished product right out of the oven and onto a cooling rack. Here is the recipe for this loaf. If you'd like to pause and take a screenshot, you're welcome to. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you had a good one. Yours truly.